How we doing today, boys and girls? Let's start getting everything ready for this. Yo, everyone. Alright, let's send it around. Yo, Ronicky. How you doing today, brother? What's up, Gully Star? What's up, stupid idiot? What's up, Barry? How you guys doing today, man? Yo, Ronicky. How you doing today, brother? Alright. Hello, my favorite streamer. What's up, Asa? How you guys doing today, man? Yo, is it true that you'll migrate to 3913? I'm just a pilot, bro, I don't know. But today we're gonna start focusing in on the massive win that just happened in our kingdom 3879. We're gonna wait a few more minutes, get a few people in. Give me 1 second, boys and girls. Alright, man, my goat. Yeah, what's up, man? Alright, let's wait to get some more people into the stream. Hopefully, get a few more, maybe get back up to 100 or so, and we'll go from there. Please say 3879. Oh my goodness, I need you. Fair enough, bro. He migrated to 69. Win. Reneki, yo, Dash, you'll migrate to 3. Brother, we're gonna go through a few rules real quick before stream starts, yeah? We're gonna make this nice and clear for everyone, yeah? Today, we will not be talking about migration. Today, we will not be going through anything like that. Today, our priority will be going through the win with leadership from 69, with leadership from 79, and we're just gonna have a chill, short stream where we talk about the positives, the negatives, our thoughts, how everything went this KVK. That is what this stream is for, and that's what we're gonna be going from the stream. So please, 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 do not ask any questions about migration. Don't ask about anything about what we're gonna be doing next. Today's priority and today's focus is how this KVK went. What was the next steps from here? You know, just things along that line and that nature. So I'm literally getting 79 leadership and 69 leadership in VC right now. We're gonna make it so they can hear you. Give me 1 second, Ginge. Let me make it so they can hear you. What audio are we not using? Oh, we're not using that. Discord, Discord, Discord. Alright, speak real quick. One more time.
What's up?
Alright, cool. They can hear you now. Are you migrating to Call of Dragons? Yes. We're gonna move everyone over to Call of Dragons.
Just gonna make a super empire over on COD.
um, fuck it. I guess I can make an announcement for the stream. Let's try and get as many people on as possible, right? Mm-mm. May I ask if this account is replaying KVK2? Like I said earlier, brother, we're gonna avoid any other questions regarding migration. What the fuck? Why has that done that then? Alright. Yeah, we're avoiding any other questions about migration because I don't know what's happening next. We are focusing on today's stream basically on what's next in the kingdom, how the history of this KVK. Just we're gonna just focus on that, particularly this specific stream. We're gonna get a few more people in. Like I said, we currently got 56 people watching. G fucking G. Where is his motherfucking finger, bro? But yeah, guys, so make sure to quickly invite all your friends, family, cousins, uncles, dogs, cats, aunties into the stream. Let's get everyone into the stream as possible. We've put up some crazy numbers the last few weeks. I have like 100 Gmails. Hey yo, you know where to sub to them on 100 Gmails, brother. But now we're gonna just basically gonna chill for a little bit, boys. We're gonna go through what's next and our perspectives. We zero Astro
Yeah.
farm, then we zero his main. Astro's farm is his main. He's dead weight. On God. Congrats on your win, bro. Thank you, Echo. Yo, what's up, MD? Ginger, you wanna say hi? They can hear you properly now. You should sound all clear. Ginge.
Yeah, what's up?
I said if you wanna say hi, they can hear you properly now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what's up?
W, bro. um. It's Sultan. What's up, Sultan? Who we zeroing? How we won? I want Mun to zero me. That's crazy. $5 donation. Thank you, Gully bro. Grind hard and see the results. Proud of this 79. Facts. Thank you, Gully bro. Let's get some W Gully in the chat for the £5 donation. Make sure to like that motherfucker up, bro. Zero OTOT then. We can't zero deadweight. Bro's already gone.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, Fingon?
What's up? What's up?
Yo, boys. Also, these motherfuckers started Silk early as fuck.
Oh, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
same here, dude. I mean, we got it an hour before you did, I think.
Right, I'm literally going from Silk Road to Silk Road. Alright, cool. But now, boys, today we're gonna make it nice and simple. We're gonna get both your boys' perspectives on how you think this KVK went, how you think both sides could have improved, the negatives, the benefits, all that sort of shit. We're just gonna make it nice, chill, simple, not too long of a stream, Because I'm not gonna lie, we're all tired as fuck. That 6 days was
Yes, we are.
fucking long as shit.
Yeah.
But no, basically let's start this off from home ground, yo. Let's start off with Fingon. So Fingon, bro, going into this KVK, what was your expectations? What was your feelings about everything, bro? How did you think this KVK in general was gonna go? Hey yo, $10 donation from Celts. Thank you, Celts, bro. Sorry, carry on.
That's the goat. Yeah, I guess, I mean, we saw the number of T5s overall, so I thought it would be like a very huge KVK, which was like, I think that was the case as expected. Also, with our allies being 65 and 71 in the beginning, it seemed like a 2v6 from the start. So yeah, I mean, we were up for some great fights, and overall 69 was supposed to be the strongest enemy, which again was just was true. We had great fights with them, and yeah, expectation wise, I thought we would win, but not with us being at the start position, because when you look at 65 or look at them back then you would say, okay, yeah, easy, 65 will win this as the Star Kingdom. But yeah.
So basically,
Right.
expectations going into this KVK was that we're gonna have the hardest fight, but ultimately 65 would get the win. That's safe to say.
Yes,
Yeah.
with our side winning,
Yeah. What's
and
up,
obviously.
Bussin? By the way, guys, I have just turned Fingen up. You know what? Let's just quickly turn him up again on my side as well. Fingen should be 200%. Should be perfectly fine now. But no, I agree with that. So, for anyone that doesn't know from my perspective, and I'll be honest, I said this on live, I've said this in Diplo VCs, I've said this everywhere. I honestly expected this KVK to go in a way of us winning, but us giving 65 star. Which, honestly, it amazes me that they even betrayed us to begin with, considering, you know, just how, I'll be honest, how willing we were at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But things happen for a reason, and honestly, for the betrayal to happen, it formed a better relationship between us and 69, and for that I'm extremely grateful. I think us becoming friends with 69 will probably be a very, very fruitful, relationship in the future. I mean, shit, both kingdoms went insane this KVK. The thing I'll always give 65 credit for is never giving up. Fuck me, how strong their bulls were. They were the strongest fucking bulls in this entire KVK. And 79, we fought every kingdom in this KVK. There was not a single kingdom that we didn't fight. And I
That's
would
true.
rather choose fighting 65 over fighting 69 any day of the week. Because fuck me, bro. Those first 3 days, torture, bro. Yo, the solo filling flags, the rage, the anger, it got hella at one point, bro.
uh,
And also, that's another thing real quick. Sorry for the lack of streams for the last 2 days. Honestly, boys, we had to just lock in. It's getting ridiculous. 6 days of KVK2, I had to just lock in, war lead, and just get this shit over and done with. So,
do a bit of shouting here and there.
exactly, bro. Dash, that kind of sounded gay as hell. Sicily, your KP is gay as hell. 100 mil KP gay in KVK2. PP. I'm watching stream with 2 accounts, noobs. Crazy. Are the rumors true? Were you the one who paid off the king of 65 to win? If not, GG. If yes, how much? You guys are delusional if you believe we spend any
What?
money into paying anyone to win. I think that's just copium from 65 over the fact of how they were extremely fresh and lost. But no one paid anyone. That's just some weird behavior. I can put them claims to rest now. I can show you the DMs on the Soft Papaya account. I can show you the DMs on the main Mango account. Um, no one paid anyone any sort of money to win KVK. It's KVK to you, bro. It's not that important. Um, Meow, what's up? Fucking freak, right? What about you, though, Ginge? What's your perspective from this KVK? What made you guys decide to help out 79 to ensure that we won this KVK?
Well, I mean, going into the KVK, it seemed like a pretty fair KVK. I mean, power, obviously, we were a bit higher, like in total power, obviously, because we're 5 kingdoms versus 3. But the KP looked pretty equal, and I mean, looked like it's at least going to be a fun fight. I mean, I know for a fact that 69 we had a pretty rough start on the KVK. I mean, just like start. First, I mean, a few of the people we had planned as allies. I don't know. Something happened with matchmaking that really should be. I mean, they should be more clear with that, but we had to do some adjustments, and obviously, same goes for the location of where everyone started. But it worked out in the end. I mean, we had a really tough fight with you guys. 3 full days of just straight up constant balls, constant flag fights. I mean, it was really rough, but I mean, we saw how hard you guys fought, and honestly, I mean, seeing that you guys are fighting this hard and just to get betrayed, it's just something we can't stand for, which is why we decided to help you guys. I mean, at some point, I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but like we're extremely against betraying in our kingdom just in general, and seeing somebody else do it, it just lit a fire in us, and we decided to just help you guys out. And if it didn't really matter what we were fighting for, as long as it was a KVK win and maybe just a bit of a bit of justice as well. So yeah.
Oh, by the way, Ginge, fun fact. One of the reasons 65 betrayed was because we told them or asked them if it would be fine if we could give 69 some rewards because of how great the fight with you guys was.
I
And they
mean,
didn't like that. And
yeah,
it was
no.
like only the rewards that wouldn't benefit any side. So they were just like rewards laying around, and we proposed to them to give them to 69. And yeah, they didn't really like that somehow. I don't know if it was a translation issue, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, I mean, this coming in for like from my perspective, how the KVK, like, I mean, just looking at all the kingdoms, I mean, 65 didn't, I mean, they're strong, obviously. I mean, they're probably the strongest person, or I mean, the strongest kingdom here, at least in a one-on-one. I don't think anyone is probably going to beat them. Their balls were really strong.
Yes.
And obviously, I can't really speak on how hard it would be to go up 1-1 against them because we didn't get to. But I mean, they had a really strong performance, and I respect that. But their decisions were just not it. Um, that's kind of what they lacked.
So you think one of the main issues that occurred in 65 then was just like the lack of communication, or you think it was just the egotistical side of things which kind of bit them in the ass?
I mean, okay. We all like just from like just before even like like when migration was happening, we already started having an issue with 65. I mean, was before. I mean, I don't know if you heard, but at some point we were allied with 65, and we figure out that they were gonna they were just like playing with us, and like they weren't actually gonna ally, and basically just trying to put us as a disadvantage and stuff. And obviously that was not something we really appreciated. And also they nabbed a lot of migrants. I mean, obviously it doesn't matter if the migrants decide to go to them over us. I mean, we respect that, but it's just, I mean, yeah, we had a lot of issues with 65. Just like they played a bit dirty, and it's whatever. I mean, a lot of people decide to do that for KVK too. I mean, a lot of people want star, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Their leadership was, they don't really have a good leadership, in my opinion. I mean, their war plans were pretty mid. And,
I mean, they've already all migrated out.
yeah.
Alright, cool. Real quick, guys. So this is how the stream's gonna work. So we're gonna have a discussion over the VC, and then after the discussion is done, you guys will then be able to ask a question, and we'll communicate. I'll communicate the questions to them, to me, whatever it is, and then we can go that way. Otherwise, we're gonna have an overlap of questions throughout the conversation. We're gonna get everything on the table all at once, and then we'll answer all the questions. So save all your questions up until right to the end. So for example, I saw one question about if 69's field control was so amazing, why wasn't able to beat any garrisons? They did burn us on many of occasions.
Yeah, I mean, I could speak on that a bit. when we were fighting 79 on one, it wasn't really a one-on-one. I mean, a lot of force. I mean, you guys did have to send a few to like 78, obviously, like only a few, and 67 was just annoying, right? It was just a pain in the butt. But I mean, the main front was always just a one-on-one. Though obviously it wasn't an entirely fair one-on-one if you call it that. But I mean, in my opinion, it was pretty much like at the start of the KVK. I mean, we decided to go for a bit more of a risky play, try to like finish off the zone early because even though like we were promised by 73, like, oh yes, we're gonna beat 65. It's not gonna be hard. I mean, just trust us, right? And
Oh my
even though we
god.
had faith in them to do that, we decided to try and play the zone a bit more risky, get some risky four drops going, and just see how it went. Because obviously the four drops aren't really necessary for us if we know or think we're going to win the zone anyways. But we started off a bit aggressive. I mean, you guys did manage to break both our forts and played really well. I mean, at some point when we just started connecting with flags, it was just a pretty much stalemate for almost 2 entire days. But I mean, the off times were a bit like back and forth. I'd say like we were kind of starting to maybe slightly inch closer, but I don't think we were like winning. And yeah, I don't think I think it would have stayed like that for another at least like a full day or two if 65 didn't involve at all. So the fact that 65 had to betray you like that, even after you guys fighting so hard versus a really strong opponent, it's just yeah.
It was a pretty shitty situation. I said this as well once again on stream. Um, 65 also tried DKP farming on us. They tried DKP farming our shitty situation in order to overtake us in DKP so that they wouldn't have to betray for star. Ultimately, they failed. I believe we were double their DKP before they decided to betray us because it was just the DKP gap was just way too significantly different between us and 65. Um, but how much KP did you get? We got 5 billion KP this KVK. But yeah, I'll be. Congrats, bro. You only hit 9 bill, right? Yes, we did. We did only hit 9 bill. It was 17 million away from 9 bill. So close. One more day of actual fighting would have won that, and it would have been 10 bill KP. One alliance versus 2 imp. By the way, Peng War lead was crazy. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. 79 had massive issues during our own war leading during that time period. It took a lot for
Yeah.
us to self-center to get everyone into the right mentality in the right situation. But I mean, I think those few 3 days is what really allowed us as a kingdom to improve upon. And the next 3 days against 65, we went insane. I mean, we face tanked a lot of it. We got put from a face tank situation to another face tank situation between 65. And honestly, it hurt like a motherfucker. I'm pretty sure we got a bunch of the garrison reports. Let me look. Favorites. All these guys from 65. Trust me, garrisoning and rallying against these guys, it hurt, bro. It hurt like a motherfucker. Sometimes, when you break kit down and look at the one-to-one trades, it was hard. It was very, very hard. The only reason why we managed to catch up was because they just never learned. They did the same mistakes over and over again. They stood in AoE over and over again. So we just slowly but surely was draining their troops. Well, we were also draining really fast. Going from kingdom to kingdom of main alliances of literally the two strongest kingdoms back to back. It was from my like experience. It was tough as fuck. Um, Actually, yeah, that's a good thing. Let me quickly save that, and then I can put on the screen. Alright, so just to... Shit, it started. Alright, cool. Let me quickly add this in, just to show everyone just how draining it really did become. Um, I can show you guys our DKP by the end. of everything. So if you're watching right now in the top left, that is the DKP. I don't know how clear it's looking on stream, but basically, just so then you guys know, as a kingdom, 3879 took almost 300 million deads. KVK2, that is insane. That is an insane number for a KVK2 kingdom to be taken. And it just proves the tenacity of 79 of how willing we was just to basically go down to 0 to win. And thinking like, how do you feel as like the king of 79? Just to see just how willing your kingdom was to basically zero their accounts just for the KVK win after the betrayal.
I mean, you were there when it was like, okay, it's official, 65 betrayed us. What do we do? Like, the fight against 69 drained us pretty much a lot. And we were debating, okay, do we open talks with 65 or do we actually go through this again with maybe the chance of losing everything? And yeah, I guess then there was this moment where a main figure of this KVK, Mango, came into VC and just said, yeah, then let's do this, and dropped another, I don't know how much money in total, but way too much. And when
110
someone,
grand over the 2 days,
that's
110k.
insane. With that amount, you can't say, okay, he invested this much and we're just chilling. So it was clear that the mentality changed and everyone will have to go all out to win this thing, bring this thing home. And yeah, that's what we did. And that's where we succeeded in the end, where I'm really happy about.
I mean, I won't even lie to you guys, and I'll be honest. When I first heard about the 60-hour betrayal, I was the first person and the most vocal person about saying fuck it. We give up. We give 65 to Star, and we hope they give us the rewards that we earned, and then we just move on to the next stage. I told Pengu day one, I said there's no point in fighting. Like they're just too fresh. And honestly, Mango is an insane guy. Insane motherfucking guy, bro. To spend 110 grand to ensure a KVK win and ensuring it the correct way. Not like these rumors where people are saying where we bought the star, which makes no sense by the way. Why would we buy star when we were winning rallies and garrisons? Like we would have eventually outdrained anyway. But fuck me, bro. It was an insane time. Your KP gain is amazing. It was 5 billion KP gain. I'll show that at the end of the stream, Ginge. But thank you. Um, thank you, Teku, for the 550 Turkish. I believe that's Turkish. TRY is Turkish, correct?
I have no clue.
Fuck knows, but thank you. As a KD65 player, congratulations on your win. Despite the rumors around you, hopefully we won't end up in the same bracket again.
It's around $10.
Fair enough. I'll be real. I actually still don't know what the rumors are, excluding we paid for Star.
Me neither. I have zero clue what 65 has been fabricating to justify their loss. But one thing I know for certain is that for how fresh they were, I mean, we already know how hard we fought in our zone. I mean, it's 2 days of constant fighting. While I mean, in 73 versus 65, I mean, it almost looked to us like free burning compared to what we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
It was really disappointing. I mean, that's probably also one of the main reasons we maybe fought as hard as we did. I mean, obviously, we were kind of like, the torchbearer, the one who holds the flame in the Olympic Games. We were there at the front and we were trying to lead. We were trying to, give everyone inspiration, which is, one of our main, it's the only way we could win. was trying to motivate our allies, like, no, we're still strong. Wolves are standing. So as long as we're standing, I mean, we're gonna win this, right? And honestly, we were still pretty confident. I mean, even looking at like 73 losing, we weren't exactly shocked. I mean, obviously they told us, we're probably going to win this, right? I mean, we obviously had that thought in the back of our head that, I mean, are you sure though, right? So when they eventually did lose, at least the Akuri zone that they fought in, we thought, okay, I mean, that's fine, I guess. We'll just have to, compensate. And as hard as we fought for almost like a full day versus 79 and 65. It was mostly ball fights, right? Because they were DKP farming, so they weren't really helping flag fighting wise. But
Yes.
we all know how strong the 65 balls were. I mean, all those T5 5 marches weren't exactly easy to fight while fighting 79 balls. But at the end of the day, I mean, you guys deserve the star, and seeing 65 try to betray for it, I mean, we all know they didn't do shit. I mean, even the way they played to get into your zone, the way they played to push 73 and 70 out. I mean, all of it was so inefficient. Their plans didn't seem that good. And overall, I mean, it wasn't really fair to them to, try to portray you like that. That's why we had to step in.
I mean, shit, bro. I can say this. We definitely appreciate the support that came from 69. I mean, even after the last 3 days of just hanging out, being in VCs, and just like getting to know you guys as a kingdom and also individuals, bro. It's been a pleasure. I mean, all the way from Solar to you to Pengu. Don't get me wrong. In those VCs, we all had our crash out moments. I mean, me in particular, you know. But it's been a pleasure, man. It was a lot of fun. I really did enjoy myself personally in MVCs over a long period of time. Mr. Mango, you're the MVP. I'm sure Mango thanks you. Are you planning to migrate? We'll talk about that for another day, man. Right now, we're just gonna embark on the KVK win. Yo, Dashi, who are the best performing players from your camp? So we can actually let me download this as well. We can find out exactly because we have the scans of all the individual players as well. So if you guys want to give me 2 seconds, I can actually get that on screen right now. Which motherfuckers are spawning? You know more of FFP. FFP just a rebrand to RPS. FFP is still RPS. Image. Oh my god, I have too many fucking instances where I need to fix this later on. Alright, okay. Let's see, there we go. So if you guys looking on the screen right now, you'll see the highest individual performance players all the way from the most KP to, I believe that's top 10, right?
Yeah, should be.
Top 10 most KP game players in that KVK. So as you can see, we
Yeah.
got Mango first at 4.8 bill. And then we got Jazz at 2.9 bill. We then have who else? I don't know who that is. Is that Mosey?
No. It's the he renamed to Thongdok or something.
Oh, that's a Thongdok guy. So
Yes.
we have Thongdok, the MVP, the guy who made all of us rename to Thongdok. Yeah, Thongdok number one. We then have Master Pickle. Oh my fuck me, bro. Pickle. G fucking G, bro. He was the GOAT, bro. On God, him during the downtime moments. Oh my God, bro. You asked Pickle to do something, and he was the GOAT. He would lock in. Hey Dasher, was this the most emotional KVK in your rock career? No. When I was king, I had some really emotional KVKs which are rough as fuck, just mental wise.
Yeah.
But I'll say this: this is my longest KVK2 ever. my longest KVK2 worth of fighting ever. 6 days of fighting, like non-stop fighting, is unheard of in most KVKs, let alone in the KVK2. Your KVK was really impressive, bro. Thank you, man. Took a lot of work, a lot of fucking hours. I think we did daily 12 hours of fighting and 12 hours of streaming. Some days we did more. A lot of the time I would do 12 hours of fighting and war leading, and then I would spend an extra 2-3 hours afterwards, sometimes even longer, preparing for the war leading for overnight, like whilst I was asleep, and also the following day when I was ready. So it was a lot, bro. This KVK.
Yeah. I mean, I can also comment. I mean, just looking at the individual stuff, I mean, obviously you can see. I think like one of the most impressive things 69 did is like, okay, obviously we had really good players, but I mean, you can see here on the individual board, we weren't really a kingdom that was strong because we had a like crazy strong Krakens or people who went insane on deads or something. I don't think that's where KD should be seen as. I mean, obviously, you guys. I mean, you have Mango, Pickle. You have all these like great players like Abu. I mean, they were nuisances to deal with when we were fighting you guys. We obviously have people like I mean, we have the Cookie account still. We have Bagra. We have players like that, but they're not on um, the insanity level like 65 and 79 players were. But I think okay. I mean, this is pretty controversial, and it's also maybe something the kingdoms can take like forward. As I mean, obviously, just looking at if we were looking at the pre-KVK results, we were fourth, right? We were pretty behind, especially when it came to the Marauders and Marauder forts. And I think something important to know is that I mean, in KVK1, it really matters. Being first there because this it pretty much just shows you how your kingdom is. But for K2, we really cut down. We kicked over half the players in our kingdom, and I think like that's one of the main reasons we were so strong. We focused more on just keeping the actual good quality players, and overall, we had some good fighters. I mean, obviously, you guys probably had like almost 2 times their numbers in the KVK, which obviously came with its own issues. That's also the main reason we decided to just keep a dual alliance than a support. Right, it's just a much easier structure to maintain, to fight out of, and I think that's something. I mean, I don't know how 79 is going to go forward, but the leadership is going to have to step up and make sure to get out the dead weight, because it's going to be rough if you keep
It's
the player amount.
we already started.
Yeah, I saw. And
We're
same
gonna
even goes
do
for
we're gonna do a
for every
72
other.
hour live stream zeroing deadweights.
Do you think that will last?
What?
Not last, but do you think that's enough in time? I think we need more time.
Yeah, probably, bro. You know what? We're gonna have a week-long stream of zeroing deadweights.
Wait, you think it's only going to take a week? It's going to
What?
be a 24/7 for at least like a month. You'll maybe get halfway, dude. Or not.
Man.
I mean, if you look at it like this, number-wise, we were like a 500 head kingdom,
Yeah.
and like actually fighting, it was like 150 people that actually were at every front, actively fighting for the kingdom, and not, I don't know, sitting in zone 5 or whatever,
I'll be real. I
wherever
also think
they
that's a
found
generous ass
PP.
number as well, bro. I think that's generous as fuck. The few people that we did have fight fought like crazy.
Yeah.
What's up, Zav? 65 leadership all left? No. Not all of them. Jazz is still there. But quite a few of them have left. I believe right now is all migrants leading the kingdom. So 65 yesterday did also have a civil war. Because quote unquote from one of the main migrants who were in the civil war, KD leadership is trash. They never listened to anyone. They didn't follow any suggestions. They just did their own thing.
Yeah, that's also my take. It seemed like they were just doing their own thing. Same with the betrayal. It was just for them to keep fighting because they wanted to. Um, even if, as you said, we almost offered Star, they would take it and just wanted to keep on fighting.
It's unfortunate because I'll be real. It was a kingdom which had stats on par with currently 42 in KVK3. Now imagine
Yeah.
that, a KVK2 kingdom, which is on par with right now one of the most scary fucking KVK3 kingdoms, and they threw all of that away for no reason.
I mean, I would say personally, I think obviously 65 had crazy potential, but um, we also okay. I mean, obviously a kingdom can get strong. They
Mm-hmm.
can get a lot of players, but we also knew like even just coming into the KVK. I mean, most of the players there. I mean, even some of the like I told you earlier, like some of our migrants went to 65 over 69. A lot of the reasons were usually like, oh, but this is going to be GC heaven or something like that. Um, so I don't really think it's a good idea to base your kingdom on GCs. I mean, obviously, it's good to have GCs. Like, if your kingdom can manage to get a shit ton of GCs, that's a good thing. But if you have players coming there just for the GCs, then, I mean, what are they really fighting for other than just staying in the kingdom for GCs? So,
I
I
mean,
mean, yeah,
they were a 100 bill KP kingdom, KVK2, as a
yeah.
lean kingdom as well. They were a one alliance kingdom. That's what like surprised me as a KVK2 kingdom, 100 bill KP, lean already, one alliance kingdom. Bro, that's like unheard of for KVK2. That's what I was saying. Like honestly, I was genuinely surprised that one, they didn't perform better than what they did this KVK, and two, the fact they would even betray. Their kingdom had so much potential. For the fact they threw it away over something as small as a KVK2 star is honestly just a saddening thing, bro. Because that kingdom could have been great, bro. Could have been amazing. If they wanted a different way to settle like star or DKP arguments, I'm pretty sure we'd have even been up for like a debate about like maybe fighting in Kingsland for star, maybe having a few bullfights, like just seeing what's up, something that was a bit more fair and understanding on both sides. And the fact they threw that as a kingdom away is sad, bro. And I mean, Mosey, Jazz, both of you guys, we had a few really good conversations, and at the end, of course, our communication fell a bit. But you guys both know better, and you guys both could have improved from this. And you know what? You guys should take this as an opportunity to learn from this, and just try and figure out what is the next best step for you as a community leader. Because as nearby these kingdoms, your guys' power and KP will always make you guys a standpoint and like a part of kingdom leadership to a degree. So take advantage of that and put yourself in a better situation rather than punishing your community and your kingdom as a whole just for fighting sakes. Because not everyone has the capability of refreshing as hard as you guys can. And for everyone in 65 who decided to follow through with the leadership, who decided to go through with the betrayal, um, I hope it was worth it. Because I know a lot of you guys are stuck in 65. I know quite a few of you guys were across seasons. Not a lot of you guys can migrate out just yet. I know a few of the same seasons are also stuck. But either way, it was a fucking pleasure, this KVK, against you guys. You guys were amazing enemies. Don't get me wrong, you were a bit toxic at the end. Especially you on JJ. I'll give you the respect that you deserve for admitting that you guys betrayed. What's your take on the Wicked Kitties in this KVK and the overall performance? So, I'll be unbiased. I'll tell everyone my honest opinion. 78, Reneki, you're the only player from 78. I didn't really see a lot of your kingdom. I never really saw a lot of the performance. But I will say this, you guys came through clutch on day one of the betrayal. You guys balled up on our building flags so we didn't have to defend it, and honestly, it allowed us to move a lot of our players. 78 were very, very good in the few you had a few very, very good shining moments on your kingdom. 67, annoying motherfucking kingdom, would not stop coming out when I wanted to just chill. So, you guys will always have my unyielding hatred because fuck you. But no, you guys did amazing as well. You guys were very, very strong on field. You guys made it so I couldn't. You were a distracting force, which I think 65 really, really did benefit, especially early on. Is this the same KVK that Musa Gaming was on? Yes, this is the same KVK.
In the
Will
same kingdom.
60, same kingdom as Musa Gaming as well. Kingdom 79 will continue, of course, bro. Kingdoms will always continue, no matter who migrates, who stays. Kingdoms will always survive. Alright, let me carry on. So 67 did their thing. If I'm being honest, they were probably the best kingdom out of the four. 71, I didn't really see them do much or anything. I think they kind of just were here. 70, weird fucking kingdom. Betrayed twice. Twice in one KVK. On two different sides. And then turn around and ask, so when can we get our rewards? So, I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna leave it at that. But based on all of it, I think on the weaker kingdoms, it goes 67, 78, 70, and then 71. In my own personal rankings. What about you boys? What do you think about the weaker kingdoms within this KVK?
I mean, we obviously had the opposite perspective of you guys in the earlier fighting days. I'll say, okay, personally, I mean, I didn't see 71 this entire KVK, to be completely honest. The one time we did meet them, it was a fort drop next to their flag, and they decided to fort drop next of us out of to try and aura farm. So that was that. It's pretty interesting. But no, I'd honestly, I mean, 71 seemed like a pretty bad ally for you guys. On our side, I mean, 73 obviously really did a really terrible job fighting 65. I mean, I did check out that video from Petri or something, Petrus, something like
Petrus.
that. Yeah. I mean, he gave his perspective on what happened. We'll say plans didn't work out. Their war leads, I mean, they didn't shuffle properly. They had big downtimes. They have a lot of issues, like internally, that they should have fixed. Obviously, as an Imperium, especially the amount of players you have, you should be able to get war leads. You should be able to get people to cover times, and they just couldn't, right? So I'd say, I mean, personally, I almost think I'd say they did worse than 67, like impact wise.
Mm-hmm.
Even as an Imperium, which is honestly pretty sad. Then I'd say, I mean, 67, they were a strong ally. They fought well. They were pretty strong. But for the amount of T5 they had, I mean, it was still pretty disappointing that they barely managed to push out. I mean, we were asking them multiple times, please, we just need you to fort drop. We need you to create some more pressure, right? Because obviously they were slow burning and winning their side. I don't know if this number is accurate, but from what I've been told, they failed to place like a total of above 7 forts or something for dropping. It just means that they're not trying to play to defend that fort, and honestly, anything outside of their like really weird flag fights versus some of your like really weak alliances, I didn't really see them a lot. I mean, 78, however, they were, I mean, okay, obviously they're the weakest kingdom, or like maybe like comparable to 71 coming into the KVK. They were a huge help for their power. They barely had any players fighting, but I think just their positioning and just how they refused to give out and just were like a nuisance, a pain in the side. They did really well.
Yeah, same for me. I expected way more from 60, from 76. Like power-wise, from the beginning, they looked way more dangerous than they actually were.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I will also say, I mean, just commenting on 67, Zone 5 opening, just stuff like that. I mean, we'd already organized like, hey, um, let's just not fight in this Zone 5. Like, just refrain from fighting. I mean, obviously, you're not going to beat 79 head on. This was clear. We knew this. They were going to get crushed. They wasted a lot of troops, a lot of. I mean, they lost a bit of motivation. It was overall a pretty bad mistake of them. Like, we told them, hey, you shouldn't fight in this Zone 5. I mean, you're not going to get anything out of it. If anything, you're just going to lose stuff. They did it. And obviously you could see how that worked out. I mean, they got crushed, and it was basically just KP farming for 79. Yeah. So I mean, to be fair, this entire KVK was basically just. I mean, the first few fights was basically. I mean, the only real fights was 69 versus 79, which is a huge fight. I'm still not sure to this day who would have won if we just kept it like how it was. I mean, to be fair, you guys probably would have struggled going against. I mean, 67 was still fighting you guys, 78 was as well. So you'd probably get drained eventually, but then we'd like still get our butts kicked by 65 afterwards. But I mean, overall, you were doing way better than expected compared to 65. I mean, even after they betrayed, I mean, they weren't really impressing us in any way, shape, or form. Now I know you guys had a different take on it because of how um, you guys had to fight them compared to us. But I mean, we had a few good like flag fights with them, and in good shells versus good shells, with all territory included. I mean, we had the first day of the betrayal where I mean, we were both pushing, trying to fight 65. I mean, we had to hold at some point in our downtime versus their uptime, had to hold and defend 5 flags connected to 65 while fighting 73 on the other side defending a flag. It was really rough, but I mean, just the fact that 73 betrayed and like still didn't do anything. I mean, even fighting us together with 65, they didn't do anything. So honestly, 73 is they're probably the worst ones in this KVK, honestly, at least like compared to their power. And 78 probably did the best compared to their power, like if you're excluding us, and maybe 65 and 79, but like out of the 5. So that's pretty interesting.
That's fair enough. I will say this: there are a lot of Krakens within 73, which I don't know the reason why. I don't think I've seen them on field once this entire KVK.
Yeah, no, they
Yes.
after the loss in their Zone 6, News, who
Base
was it?
tank.
It was News, Space Tank, and then was
They
one
just
more.
dipped.
So they had 3 of their basically biggest players migrate out. I mean, that's unfortunate. I mean, they lost a lot of their strength, but even so, I mean, the amount of firepower they should have had left. I mean, they barely took deads, I'd say. I mean, they shouldn't have been drained on resources. They should have still had, shells to back for drop with and just like play safe and try to play defensive. I don't think they did any of that pretty well. So it was pretty weird what happened in 73. I mean, they were just collapsing here and there, and honestly, they just looked pretty unstable. Even like, I mean, they had that incident with Otot, and then after that, it was just the poor performance, and I mean, every fight they did kind of felt like after, like, I mean, post Zone 6, I mean, after they'd fought 65, I don't think they could even 1v1 67. It felt like so. I was pretty disappointed by that.
In my opinion, a lot of these kingdoms which were trades were kind of pathetic. So let me explain. Like 67, I'll be real. I think everyone in the VC had the most time against them because I fought against them mainly during the opening. I fought against them mainly during having to TP back to burn their forts, to burn their flags, to keep the momentum going on our side. And I'll be real, they were an annoying fucking kingdom. They have a few like mentionable players. You know, let me see if I can find them real quick because they pissed me the fuck off. Shigo. Shigo's one of them. Shigo, this guy, you know, he took rallies from me. He was quite open on field, quite active in the LKC. And there's one other player. This player isn't known.
URSF?
Someone like that. But there was two. Like they have players which are proactive in the field constantly. One here,
Right.
I
I
know
got
Lord.
you, dude. I can send you something.
I
Here.
know Lord Ragnar is like their best player, but bro, they were. I expected a bit more from them as well. Oh, you got a list from them? Ah, bro,
Yeah.
appreciate it. See, like these aren't bad numbers in my opinion for a kingdom which barely had a zone 6. Sorry, a zone 5. Is not bad numbers. And I just think if they just would have coordinated a little bit more, held through a little bit more, and punched a little bit more, they would have earned a lot more of the respect that honestly I think they deserve. But the thing which lost it for me was one, the 67 agreeing with the 65 betrayal, the 73 agreeing with the 65 betrayal, and the 71 kingdom. Here's what I didn't understand was 71. And here's something which I will also leak because at the end of the day, fuck 65 leadership. 65 leadership told 71 that they are not allowed to fight in Zone 6, they are not allowed to try and push out Zone 5, and that their only job as a kingdom in 71 was to basically sit there and look pretty. And they basically got bullied by 65 into listening to exactly what 65 wanted from them. And they were never even supposed to have access into a curry until after the KVK was basically done. And even after all of that, like bad treatment, specifically from 65, 71 as a kingdom decided to side with 65, the freshest fuck kingdom, and side with the betrayal. To me, that makes no sense. You want to side with the kingdom, which is offering you no rewards, which is going to basically kill your kingdom because you're going to get no rewards, no fighting. I mean, shit, look at their kingdom. They've already dropped down now to less than 2 billion power. Like, half their kingdoms migrated out. I never understood where the mindset was going from 71 leadership as a whole to get together and agree that this was the play which they were going to do, and that was to basically kill their kingdom and side with the betrayers. Now, chat, I don't know if you guys know something which I don't. I don't know if you guys have opposing views to me, but the kingdom which confused me the most is KVK was 71 based on those facts. They literally sided with the kingdom which mistreated them the most.
Yeah. I mean,
Did they have a choice? Like the moment of the betrayal, 65 was on top, strong as fuck, and 71 being right next to them. You, as the leader of a small kingdom as 71, would you say, okay, let's push out against 65?
I mean, the same thing they could say about 67. 67 could have chose to side, like they chose to side with 65 when they know, sorry, they could have chose to side with us when they know that we also beat them harder.
Oh.
yeah.
No rewards, they had ribbons on their side every time and got a holy sight plus rewards for pass. See, I got told differently. I got told that they were getting no rewards, full stop. Like, end of KVK rewards, they were getting no end of KVK rewards, full stop. They did 3 bill of DKP, by the way. I mean, how are you going to expect them to get KP when your kingdom literally said they can't fight? Your kingdom literally said that they're not allowed to fight. If I was to scroll through, I'm pretty sure I can find a screenshot, but Mosey or Jazz, I forgot which one, contacted 71 and told them that they're not allowed to fight. So I agree with everything above, but you to complain about their DKP is kind of insane when your kingdom said they literally cannot fight. I'm from 65, so I can tell what they got. I mean, from leadership, though, I'm telling you now for a fact, leadership from 65 told 71 that they cannot fight and that they are not allowed to fight.
Yeah. I mean, you've heard that we've already told you guys previously that versus 69, 65 decided to try and front KP. They did the same thing versus 73. I mean, 71 didn't really do anything. They just wanted to get as much DKP as possible so they could, keep up with 79. So that was that.
It just felt like this KVK from 65 was done hella weird. They tried finding every opportunity to kind of farm DKP in the most weirdest of ways. In
So
which
can
it
you
made no
wrap up
sense.
this KVK in one word?
Wait, repeat that
Me?
again.
Or who?
Dasher.
Dasher.
One word
Pathetic.
to wrap up this KVK.
Pathetic.
Oh,
Pathetic, right?
I thought it would be Thong Dog.
Yo, that's 2 words. That's 2 words. Yo, Thong Duck would be amazing though. You will zero out deadweight from your kingdom? Yes. How did they even get into this matchup? Like being a bitch of 65 makes no sense. Crazy. Dasher check 73 zone 6. They're slowly fighting. Oh my god, boys. 73 have
They're
taken a
stalling.
pass.
Fuck.
They've taken a pass. They truly think they have a chance. Yo, wait. 73 are building. Oh my
Yes,
god,
sir.
boys.
They're
Yo.
building on our circle as well.
Ayo, boys. KVK is not over with. 73 aren't done yet. We're cooked. We're cooked, boys.
Dude, this is gonna be an insane new YouTube video. 73's last flame. Holy shit. It's gonna be a banger.
Serious question. What's the king of 79's name? It is Fingon. Fingon is king of 79. Alright, guys. It's been an hour of us basically yapping. Let's take a little bit of time. What do you guys have any questions for us? Any questions for
Yeah, I
leadership
mean,
of 69?
it could be. I mean, it could be like really based questions. I mean, I don't really mind answering. I mean, we all have different views on how the KBKs should or shouldn't have gone or how it did happen. But you know, you can be mad. Ask the questions you want, but yeah.
73 too strong for his 7 bill 69 alliance. Facts. Why is Ginger there? Because he is leadership from 69.
Yeah, I'm like temporary, I'm like temporary coking in 69. So I'm speaking. I mean, I'm probably not the best candidate for speaking, but I mean, I was here, so
Basically. How much have you spent fighting 65? Fighting 65, over $110,000 was dropped. But that is spread across dropping GCs across multiple accounts in both 69, 79, buying resources. And I think we did buying daily supply for 79 for 2 days. So it's around $110,000.
yeah. And I mean, to be fair, to really to fight against six, I mean, it wasn't. I mean, you were just only like due to that because you were already trained, right? Like,
Yeah, we did 3 days of
I
solid
don't.
rallies and
Yeah,
garrisons against 69. Like we were, especially because we was always on the defensive standpoint as well.
yeah.
He's
I
always
mean,
going to be draining.
you guys were like barely. Like, I mean, we were like slightly winning ball fights each time. I mean, that's probably just due to the amount of players we had compared to you guys that were like actually actively fighting, but it's still pretty fun. I mean, I kind of wished 65 just wouldn't have interrupted our zone fight and we just had like a crazy long fight, but it is what it is.
I wish we just would have done a left versus a right from the get-go.
Yeah.
I feel like a left versus right from the get-go would have been a lot better for everyone involved. $110K. Oh my fucking god, dude. Do you think 79 relied too much on your account? Would it be the same result without that account? Alright, so they didn't rely too much on the account because that's what the account is there for. The account is supposed to be a rally garrison, open field meta, swarming everything. 79 relied on that account as much as we were willing to allow them to.
Yeah, I mean, we got to like take into account the fact that, I mean, they've obviously based their plans around, you know, the account, so it's not fair to say that they would have been cooked without them. They just have to made a plan that, you know, didn't go on relying on the Mango account, right? And they were still really strong without Mango. They just have to use like different garrisons and bit of different players, but they still had Pickle and a lot of other great fighters. I mean, it was really hard for us to get anything done versus them. So
Serious question. I thought a guy named Hokage was king of 79. What happened to him? I've only ever known Hokage to be king of 79 during KVK 1. I think he might still be council or high leadership. But king, in my eyes, has always been Fingon. So I could be wrong, but from a war lead standpoint and communication standpoint, I go through Fingon. I don't go through anyone else. Um, Deadweight, is it all above 100 million KP? In my opinion, for this KVK, which lasted 6 days long, I don't care if you're T4, I don't care if you're low T5. If your account this KVK and you do not have above 200 million KP, either you did not fight, either you was not proactive, or you basically contributed little to nothing. So I would say 200 million KP would be my cutoff point.
Not 250. I'd say 250.
200, 250, I think that's fair.
I mean, dependent on your K1,
Yeah.
because you could always, also as a T4 player, have an unlucky K1, and it's pretty easy to farm KP in K1.
Mm-hmm.
But around that
yeah,
mark,
I mean, we didn't get a single KV. I mean, we barely got any fighting in our K1. So it's also like
70, and back then when 70 was bigger.
65 rallies was sick. I wish I would have stayed longer for more fights. I disagree.
yeah.
All their rallies
I
were dookie,
personally,
except
you can go
Jazz.
first.
Sorry, my bad. All their rallies except Jazz were dookie. I promise you, every rally that I saw that wasn't Jazz's, we managed to swarm down and take positive trades. Jazz's was the only rally which we couldn't swarm down and take positive trades from Swarm and Garrison.
Yep. I'll say as well. I mean, we rarely. I mean, the amount, like the lack of keeping the rallies full. It is like, I don't know, everything in that aspect. I mean, it was really bad from them. I'd say that was really poor performance of them. I mean, the little time we did have fighting them, they couldn't break through us at all. And we had way worse gears, I'd say. I mean, the only strong side we probably had was like we had a pretty good archers, but obviously that's not that good for a KVK.
Ginge,
Just what it
this
is. But
question is specifically towards you. As being a part of
oh,
69 leadership, what was your player's take on the decision of partnering up with 79 after 65 Betrayal? Was there any pushback or straightforward?
well, when you're in leadership, first of all, you really get to know your kingdom. You get to know your players. You get to know the communities. So you get really emotionally bound to your kingdom. I mean, if you don't, then you're probably not a good king. You need to you need to be you need to understand your kingdom. So when we're looking through our perspective, like what if this happened to us, right? I mean, it is horrible to see that somebody who fought extremely hard and really deserved the star just gets betrayed like that. And obviously, we already did have some disagreements with just like how 65 are doing their stuff already. I mean, so when it all came down to it, I mean, a lot of different stuff went into it before we decided to really do it. But looking at how we still wanted a KVK win, didn't really matter if we got star anymore, but just fighting as hard as we could because we knew we still had more to go. So we just felt like that was the right decision.
Yo Yo Meow, do you think 79 will die? Fing, I'll let you answer this question, bro. Do you think 79 will die?
I mean, the 79 migration was mainly from same season, so we expect some players to still replay K2, but with a two-star kingdom, we have a great pull into the kingdom as well. So I guess this kingdom should not die just like that and can have a really great future.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just asking. I'm curious myself, but honestly, I mean, are you guys planning on staying A seed or you gonna drop down to B?
Mm, I mean, A seed is probably what we're aiming at.
Yeah, I mean,
Low A
even
seed in SOC.
obviously it's not going to be fully decided. I mean, it depends on. I mean, a lot of people don't
A lot
want
of
to migrate back to a K3, so you
yes,
can't say like, oh, I'm going to get as good of a migration for K3 like I am K2. It's going to be really rough. So a lot of planning has to go into it. So, but I mean, I've done some scans. I've just checked the numbers. Our bracket for K3 is really unimpressive. I don't think there's any line. I mean, there's, I think, what is it, 59 that's strong? At least it's like one
um,
kingdom that I've been told about that's like pretty strong. Other than that, I mean, I don't see anyone, and uh, I think it's a really safe thing to play for an A seed if
yes,
you're
I think overall
higher performing.
the timing of 79 was pretty unlucky because we're also in K3 at the end of the bracket, so we're like one of the younger kingdoms, same as in K2. So yeah, but I mean, you just gotta work with that and know how to handle it, and then it might work out in the end.
Yeah.
I still don't know why 65 turned against us last minute. It was for Star. Don't let anyone else lie to you about what it was. We literally had a conversation with Mosey. It was for Star. They didn't like how the calculations were done at the end, but it was because of Star.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, I do agree that 79 DK probably got a bit boosted from fighting 67 and um, 78 on top of 69, but their performance versus us was still amazing enough to like they'd still beat just like versus us alone. They'd like have well more than enough DKP to qualify for Star, and for how hard they fought, I mean, 65 shouldn't really have betrayed. That's just how it is.
Uh,
If anything, it's just
Wells
karma.
Wells wanted KP mostly, but we also wanted a chance to get the Star. But that's the thing. There was no actual conversation between leadership. No actual conversation in Diplo chat of that until your what's it called? Until your betrayal got leaked. It was only after your betrayal got leaked I was in a conversation where I then turned around and was like, "Yo, you know, if you guys would have just spoke, we probably would have given it to you." And it was already too late. Um, so in my perspective, it was about Star. That's crazy thinking. From the migrants, from the migrant 79 got who were the best performing ones in the KVK.
Do you want me to pull up an individual scan of 79 or?
Nah, I'll just start
The
thinking
migrants,
answer.
that's obviously Pickle. Even
Pickle,
though he was um, coming down from 82.
Fingan was
Yeah.
Migrating forward is always
Pickle was like a
a
little
decision
mango,
not many
bro.
can.
Pickle was a little mango,
Yes.
bro. Went crazy on field all the time. Also, Pickle has no pilots, and all of his performance in KP was all done by himself, just to shine a little bit of extra light on it.
Yeah. And it's
Yo,
not like he was
Joshua. It's
only
okay.
relying on, okay, I only field or something. If you tell him like, yeah, we need a garrison here or rally here, like he would always step up and do some shit.
hmm
I really love him for that.
He was willing to do anything that was needed to do to win the KVK, which was amazing. Um, Yo, Dasher, thoughts on the vibes during the massive garrison report? Stressful, bro. I was a stressed out motherfucker during that garrison against 69. Bato best one, same season GOAT, no pilots. Bro, Bato keeps on changing his name, so I actually don't know who the fuck he is.
Smash.
Oh, so Duck.
What? No.
Was it Duck? Was it not Duck that played on the account? Or was it actually just all Bato?
No, it was. I think in the end it was some other people, but in the main fight it was mainly Bato.
GG,
Yeah,
bro.
I'd say Abu was really. Is that I don't know.
Abu
I mean,
Ahad.
Abu and
Oh my
Smash.
god, bro. I'm the only one that giving Abu fucking credit, bro. Abu Ahad went
Yeah.
fucking insane, bro. 2 billion KP gained as well.
Like I'll say like from a perspective of fighting you guys, Abu, he didn't hesitate to swarm a rally. He didn't hesitate to fight when it really mattered. I mean, Mango probably, I mean Dasher on Mango's account probably wouldn't have been able to hold like he was if Abu wasn't there, just being like just an insane individual overall. He was fighting really well. I mean the insane swarms he did, he just never stopped. I mean, obviously, meta is swarming in K2. It's when rallies are really weak compared to field, but he did amazing. Yeah.
In my opinion, there was 3 massive players which stood out. We have a guy which I like to call Korean. His literal name is just in Korean, so I don't know his actual name. Abu Ahad. And also Pickle. With Mango on top of it, those 4 players, oh my fucking god. There was not a single flag, not a single rally which could survive that swarm, bro. Not a single flag which would fall down to them 4 players filling constantly. It was an amazing fucking sight to see. And honestly, they allowed me some extra space and freedom to be able to make sure that I was able to win the rest of the KVK just by holding off different sections of the map. Dasher the GOAT, thank you, Mohammed. Battery from 77, he's sick. Was he from 77?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, bro, it was insane.
Also for that, honorary mention is for Old John. Old John's Cav Garrison rally. It's insane.
Yeah. Old John, this KVK was the only reason why the Saladin wasn't fucking half bad.
Yeah, I think how this was, I think did you I don't think yeah, I think Jazz had the best inf, right?
What about
or
Leo
I mean, I don't
from
know.
69? Did
I'm
you
kind of
check him?
Leo, he's not
I
even
remember.
close, I'd say.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I
I mean, just
remember
inscriptions
from
as well.
42.
We didn't really have I don't even think we barely even used him as rallying at all. But I will say,
Maybe you should.
I mean, maybe, yeah. But I mean, overall, I think we probably had the best calves. You guys probably, I mean, probably pretty tied with 65 had a really good inf, and then archers. I mean, I think everyone had archers, at least a good one. Maybe you guys didn't, but
Nah, bro, we had the Mango Archers.
yeah. I don't know how that is. I know for a fact. I mean, we had a full crit. I mean, even with like the skill accessory and another one crit. I mean, we had a full crit archer. We had
So I'll say
an
this.
insane archer.
I'll say
but
this. 69 probably had one of the best garrisons. 69 and 65 had 1 or 2 players which had a really good niche garrison.
yeah,
It's
they also had
79.
stab.
79, I have to say this because it's just facts. The Mango garrison was flexible in every aspect except Cav. We had a really good archer rally, really good infantry rally, a fucking amazing infantry garrison. And I'll be real, we got carried hard as fuck by armaments. But we had a lot more flexibility, I think, in 79 than most of the other kingdoms, which allowed us to burn through the rest of our troops and allow us to carry on fighting for that little bit longer. He was harder to fight against, 69 or 65. 69 was significantly harder. Don't get me wrong, 65 had a bit more better quality bull. But we were beating 69 bulls. Sorry, we were beating even 65 bulls in the first day of Betrayal for a long ass time. So to give some extra context, this K shell, which we fought out of the majority of the time against 65, was not a main shell. This is our third shell with no shrines, no Hyrons, and at the time also no temple. And we were still beating 65 on field. But
Yeah, on main
69,
shell.
exactly, on main shell. And then against 69, we were fighting main shell to main shell, and we were still losing bullfights. And it really came down to the fact how our garrisons were just a lot harder to beat, which is why we held on for so much longer than expected. And I'll be real, this KVK also came down to who folded first, 73 or 79. And I
Yeah.
think just because of how stubborn and how like locked in we came, and the reason why we stood in for so long. I mean, shit, I screamed at motherfuckers because of how badly we fucked up the pass take. And I think it was just a few mistakes that happened across the board that allowed everyone, including 79, to survive for just that little bit longer. Because those few 5 minutes in the beginning is really what makes or breaks a KVK opening. But that's just my opinion. Um, 77 losing again, lol. I'm not surprised. I forgot his name, but they have a YouTuber in there. Terrible Wally, terrible person. Just my opinion.
Atahan.
Um, Atahan, that's the one. Bro shit spoke like crazy just to lose KVK 1 and 2. What about the most disappointing migrants? Funny Duck is definitely the one to say. Bro had a lot of potential and then sold his account. But I'll be real, he made his bag.
Oh, Liu Xie.
Leo Che as well. Leo Che
Yeah. I
was
mean,
especially disappointing, bro, because I went against him in 42, and in 40, his original kingdom, he did amazingly. I remember constantly having to fight him, and he was just annoying as fuck to fight, but this KVK just didn't show up.
I'm gonna say, I mean, we were kind of joking just about like Funny Duck. We're just saying like, bro actually made a profit on this account.
I don't even think he did, though. He
He
sold
probably
it.
didn't, but like,
Yeah.
just like I mean, he obviously didn't spend like as much, I'd say, as you guys. He was pretty inflated on power. I mean, I'm gonna take this take. I mean, this isn't guaranteed like from any source or anything, but I'd say he probably just pushed most of his speed ups, just to inflate his power and sell it for more.
Hmm.
So he wasn't really as strong as he seemed. Like he wasn't even on close to being on par with you guys. He just had a lot of troops.
I mean, he was also SVIP very early. I think that's what brought him a lot of attention.
Probably.
Leo Che didn't fight once. He definitely did fight once or twice because I saw him on field and it's on stream.
Once.
But
Once. It was
but
once.
but I get your point. He barely fought. Leo Chase seems a dead weight. He is a dead weight for this specific KVK, but in general, and the KVKs which I've gone against him, he's been okay. He has spent 60k. No. He has a skin. I think. I don't know if he's about Leo Che or Funny Duck. So I can't give you an answer, unfortunately. Lemon. Do we have any other questions for either King of 79, one of the Kings of 69, or myself? Maybe about why did Slayer migrate from 69?
Ooh, I can give some context. Mm, a lot of the migrations. I mean, from every kingdom, obviously. I mean, every kingdom in KVK 2, you're gonna have migrations, especially if it's the natives. I mean, they just have to migrate out if they want to replay KVK 2. Now, in my personal opinion, replaying KVK 2 isn't really all that. I mean, even you're just inflating your T4 to T5 ratio, right? So when you're getting the easier KVKs, I mean, ours was an exception. You could get really great T5 to T4 ratios, but in any other KVK2 that isn't as insane as this, you're going to be ruining your account because people don't only look at KP in Season of Conquest, right? And even just like K4 and onwards, they look at your ratios as well because they'd see if like you're just a KP farmer or if you actually fight on the main line. So it's not really usually worth it to go back. I mean, I could argue doing K4, but it really just depends on if your account is ready for SOC. But they migrated out because they thought that we'd already lost, right? This was while we were getting pushed out by 79 and 65 because 65 had gotten their main force, entered into our zone. 73 had basically given up. So we had to fight like basically every top fighter of 65. Even before they arrived and had like locked out 73, they had Jazz, Mosi, and like a lot of top fighters random deeping in our Solon fighting us. So they thought it was lost. They had a good opportunity in another kingdom. They took it. I mean, we're still in good relations with them. They might come back, later on. It really just depends on our future and their futures, but they left on good terms. And you know, as much as it affects us, it's probably. I mean, we're not worried at all. Players are always gonna, you know,
Come and go.
be here and then not. So I mean, I don't think you can tell me one good kingdom that just had like 0 good whales leave for a K2 or even just a K4. It's just not. Some people just decide they want to repeat K2, even if it isn't good for their account. Even if they have the inscription, they'd still replay KVK2. So yeah,
I remember how you shouted during the war 79 was a kingdom of deadweight because on technicality it is. We have 500 people in the kingdom, but only about like 150 fought, and that's being generous. I will stand on that point. I love 79. There's a lot of people in 79 which I fuck with a lot, but based on the performance in this KVK, you can't tell me that kingdom isn't for the deadweights when only 1/3 of your kingdom fights. And I think that's a fair judgment. I think Fingen, you don't disagree with me on that point, do you?
No, not at all. I mean, that's why we have 1 week of stream material zeroing dead weights, no?
Facts, bro. What else? I saw a couple other questions. Is it just 69 and 79 allied at this point? Basically, but we also do have Roniki. So it's 69, 79 plus Roniki, the king of 78. I played K1 with Pickle and Weirdo. Glad to see they pulled out a win this KVK. Good 79. Thank you, brother. Do you fuck with Carla? Carla is an op. Is not even 1/3. Is a 1/4 of total players. That's my point proven, man. On technicality, we are a kingdom of deadweight. If we just had even an extra 150 players fighting, this KVK could have gone significantly smoother, a lot easier on all ends. Will Mango leave or stay at 79? Carabella, I don't know. That's not my call to make. Mango ultimately owns 2 accounts and ultimately chooses what he wishes to do with them 2 accounts. My job is just to ensure that them 2 accounts always win a KVK. And so far we're succeeding. This is our 4th KVK win. Actually, no, wait. This is our 5th KVK win within 1 year. What is Mango's final KP? Basically 9 billion, Roman. Why
And
do
what
you
is his
bully?
mains, KB?
His mains KP is 7.6 billion.
yeah, his little baby account is more. It's always funny.
Saying baby account is crazy.
What? He like barely spent on it, dude.
Yeah.
Bro. To be fair, having 2 accounts almost add up to 20 billion KP within less than a year is kind of insane.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
Are K2s more or less stable without the old accounts migrating before KVK2? I know it's better for the natives to not have them. I'll be honest, this may be like an argumentative standpoint. I think without the older accounts migrating back, more and more kingdoms are dying before they have a chance to succeed. Now let me explain. A lot of old players would usually migrate to completely dead kingdoms, KVK2, instead of buying new kingdoms, so then they can start working on a kingdom off rip. So a perfect example is, what kingdom is it now? It must be 06. 3306. 3306 had 3 Krakens migrate in, and they took over the kingdom from there. But now without that same system available, a lot of the younger players just all merge into one kingdom by the time KVK4 comes. And then by then, every bracket has only 1 or 2 good kingdoms, and then 1 or 2 kingdoms also end up dying out pretty fast. So KVK2s may be more stable, but the aspect of the game and younger kingdoms are slowly but surely dying out faster because old accounts can't migrate back to kind of
Yeah.
save them kingdoms.
I'll say, I mean, even just personally, I think for the future of accounts, like if you want to progress your own account, like get it into SOC and actually have a playable account, um, it was horrendous to play like K2 and forward as a native. I mean, you stood zero chance. It was really hard to grow your account. So I get the change, but as you said, obviously it just makes the kingdoms way harder to develop with actual experience leadership. I mean, a lot of kingdoms, like even in our brackets, I mean, we could see they had a lack of experience, a lack of war leads. I mean, it just shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
No
Um,
kingdoms named.
no kingdoms in particular. Can we talk about 73 swarming a full Pyrus CJ flag? Is happening right now. Let me go look.
Like, actually, where?
Let
Oh,
me see.
ours. Okay. Oh, we're fighting. Ah, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
you guys have been fighting now for like over half an hour.
Oh yeah.
Um, we
Nice.
were we were one of the last kingdoms that got KVK2 migrations, so I'm just interested in how it develops the game. It makes kingdoms transitioning a lot better, but it kills off overall king. It makes newer players less likely to stay in the game. But be real, kingdoms also dying faster is also making players less interested in staying in the game. It says, if you want my personal
Really?
opinion, yeah, bro. Because think about it, there's only so many kingdoms that will accept your performance. So let's say you're a mid to low spender, but by KVK3 there's only 2 good kingdoms left. If you don't hit them 2 kingdom requirements, you're just gonna win it quitting anyway.
True, but if you compare that to in the earlier days, there was the restart rate of people that played KVK2 was immense.
It still is now.
Just because
It still is now
in
though.
yeah, but I'd say it was way higher with you joining as a fresh coming out of KVK1. You just won K1. You're like excited about your account, and then you just get hit by SOC accounts in K2. Yeah, GG's.
Yeah.
I don't know. I definitely think that there needs to be a balance in place. But looking at the last year worth of kingdoms, how many kingdoms can you actually name me that have successfully transitioned past KVK4?
I mean, we're looking at over like 4,000 kingdoms right now. So there needs to be some merging going on. Otherwise, you can't sustain. You don't even have the player base to have 4,000 kingdoms. So it's kind of normal.
Yeah, I don't know though. That sounds wrong, by the way. MAO. Did Pengu quit? Pengu did not quit. He is just not awake. Three six
Yeah,
seven two. I
he's
mean,
really bad. What is it? His
sleep schedule.
yeah, his sleep schedule's really bad after KVK. So he's probably just gonna I mean he's probably just gonna slowly fix it, honestly, until it's fixed. But I mean he did what he had to do for the kingdom. So respect.
Uh-huh. Um, but yeah, Coben, apart from 3672, bro, how many more kingdoms can you name? And 3672 also had the KVK2 migration, no? Or am I wrong? But 3672 barely has natives left. And that's the point I'm trying to make, is the native side of it, that they're still quitting anyway. I don't know. Maybe I'm tweaking. Maybe I'm tweaking. Um, but no, boys. I think that is basically everything. It's been over an hour and a half. Let's do one last set of questions real quick. If you guys have any questions about what the next content's gonna be, all that sort of shit, we can go from there. And then yeah, we can wrap up stream. KVK2 migration ended around 35-40. For real? Damn. No, long ass time ago. My bad, boys. We'll give it a second because of the delay, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's fine.
No worries.
I think then that is about. What British Kingdom are you in? We are in 3879 and 3842. I'm in 3517, and we were the second last set of kingdoms who got it. I went up against you guys a few times, bro. You got an insane kingdom. Did Monk make his promise true? What was his promise? Why do you think 79 will be a good KD if you know a lot of players will go? Because part of the game, bro. People will migrate out always. People migrate in, people migrate out. But it's about the stability within a kingdom, and so far, 79 has won 2 KVKs, which have seemed like impossible wins. That speaks volumes. KVK 1 was a 1v3 against a kingdom with more T5s than us. Plus 2 extra kingdoms as well. And we still came out victorious in that KVK as well. Alright then, boys. I think this is where we're going to call it. So thank you everyone for being a part of the stream. Thank you everyone for coming in today. Thank you for the donations that happened today. I'm pretty sure we gained something like $20 or $30 within an hour and a half. So thank you again. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subs. Actually, talking about subscribers, boys, we are on the road to 2K subs. So if you guys are looking to subscribe, please make sure to do so. We'll be putting out more content shortly. We are 15 subs away from 2K. Sorry, 1.7K. We are 15 subs away from 1.7K. So if you guys aren't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to turn the notification bells on. Make sure to like the stream. If you guys want to say your quick goodbyes, we can quickly do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's great chatting. Anyone still has any questions about 69, why we did what we did? I mean, the King's DMs are open. I'm probably gonna more likely respond than Pinguido due to the amount of DMs he gets about everything. But I mean, yeah, I mean, good luck to 79 and all. I mean, everyone else in the future. I mean, we're probably gonna see each other in K3 as well. So
Yes.
hopefully on good terms, or at least like on the same side. We'll see.
I mean, after this, should be.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
hopefully if we can balance it out. Yeah.
Yeah, Dasher, thank you for the invitation. And
Of course. Thank you, boys, for showing up, man. It's been a pleasure. Actually, quickly before I hop off, Wallen, to answer that, we're gonna be making the Discord sometime. What's the day? Next week. Sometime next week. I'm gonna post it up. It'll be made into a post. I'll send that out everywhere as much as I can. That's basically it. But thank you guys again. Hope you guys have a great rest of your morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time zone you guys may be in.